4/7/2018. The devil keeps calling me. I mistake him for destiny. The world sits right next to me. Crazy how close hell can be. Mind over matter, but my brain is so scattered. All this facade that I keep, I swore I was better, and my demons were deader than dead. But I keep running in circles around them. I pray to be better. Please, God, help me quit these addictions and fixes that only my body desires. It's not me. My soul is pure and I weep for the corruption I keep as company. 6/20/2020. Had talk with my demons, with my shadow, the devil, whoever. I told them, you can keep reminding me of the darkest pieces of my past, all you want. Keep reminding me of the pain, the unworthiness I felt. It'll just keep making me stronger. Because I know who I am now. My whole life you've told me don't speak. Nobody will hear you. Don't stand up straight. Nobody will see you. You use my own weaknesses against me. Use my big heart and hurt it over and over. All to hold me back from who I'm meant to be. And for a while it worked. But now I know where I come from and what I'm meant for. So it would be best for you to let me be and find another victim. Because I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a warrior. And I'm protected by angels you don't want to fuck with. And I'm one of them. You no longer have a grip on my destiny. I'll just keep getting stronger. The pain you send me is my fuel. So you can stay if you want to, but you have nothing to feed off anymore. You're not scary to me anymore. So back down. God's got me, and I know that now. 1/10/2021. God, why am I here? He said, to show others the way. To be oppressed does not come from others, it comes from your heads. All this time you have been free. That's where the true power lies. When you can finally see. Human does not rule where you stand, because I, God, created human and this land. Your worth and your purpose is always in my hands. So God, what is it that you want me to do? What is my way of guiding human back to you? He said, be like a tree and do not waver. But don't try to get tough or act like a savior. Be who you are is a part of me. Do not look with your eyes or walk with your feet. Be like a tree and know your roots are me. I have made you who you are meant to be. Clear of defeat and negative entities. You are like a dove, a bird so sweet that flies so gently. I am the air that you cannot see. No matter where you fly, you cannot escape me. When you feel I have left you in times of need, I am actually holding space for you to weep. Rely on me. I am your feet that walk you from A to B. I am your heartbeat. Everything you are is a part of my masterpiece. When you confide in me, you will realize you are free. You'll see that love is where you want to be. Everything else is just make-believe. Be yourself so they can see me. That I'm really not so scary. Your pure heart is not human. And though others have abused it, it still beats like your favorite music. Your eyes can see what I see. Through everybody's tragedies is a heart that bleeds. Everybody comes from the same source, and that source is me. I have been saved. And rough times, what feel like attacks of the mind, having to still heal fears, that stuff doesn't just go away. I believe it will. I will always believe it will. But there was a time that I literally didn't know what I believed in. I didn't know that I was safe. I feel like we all kind of know. We all have that sense. I guess I didn't care at a time. I didn't care. And I wasn't taught about spirituality. I wasn't taught about anything like that. I was in church when I was very young, but I honestly don't remember any of it. It wasn't instilled in me. My home that I grew up in, my family was not religious at all, was not, did not pray, did not say grace, did not talk about God, did not talk about God's grace or anything like that. And there's nothing against them for that. That's their own journeys. But my point is that God found me in a time that I really didn't know how I was going to get back up. And maybe saying God found me, I feel like he was always with me. He was always waiting on me to show up for myself, to want everything that he has in store for me. If I follow him, if I follow his guidance, if I trust him, if I trust the angels he's put to guide me, to protect me, that have protected me even when I didn't even know they existed. With everything that I was protected from, that I could physically see, there was so much that I didn't see physically that I know I was also protected from. And now that I'm aware of these beings that protect me, that walk with me, and that answer my prayers, that remind me how loved I am constantly, now that I have a relationship with them, that I have a relationship with God that is better. Our relationship with God is like any other relationship. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be, he's not just a genie that grants our every wish. He wants our relationship to be nurtured as well. And so the purpose of this book is to really be a piece of art that is evidence of God, that is evidence of faith. Even if you don't call God God, this is an evidence of faith. I am not religious. I'm not a part of any religion at all. I believe I am a child of God. That's what I identify as. And I believe we are all children of God, no matter how evolved we are, no matter what kind of people we are. I feel we were all created by God. And forming ourselves into that and actually recognizing that, knowing where we really come from, the place that matters, that's when this journey, is able to take you to miraculous places, and not just physical places, but places within yourself, within your soul, within your mind, within your being, and within your consciousness. And poetry has been like just an art form that I just naturally gravitated towards since I was very young. For as long as I could remember, I've always been a writer. That's probably the only thing that like my family knows about me since very young, is that I was always a great writer. I was always somebody who loved to write. I had journals and journals. I was always writing. Even I had a therapist once who would have me, because I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk. I did not want to talk about my feelings. I did not want to talk about what I was dealing with. I honestly don't know at the time if I even knew, like I do now. And so because I wouldn't speak on anything or want to talk about anything, my therapist would make me just bring in my journal and read her poems. And every time she would literally just look at me and be like, "Do you know how amazing that is?" And I'm just like, no. Like, I'm just a kid writing. Like, I don't know the weight that this carries. Every time I've shared a piece of this art with somebody that cares about me, they've just given me that same look. And I just never got it because it's me. It's like, why? It's me. Like, I don't understand. This is just coming from me. Like, it's no big deal. And that's the key. We all have something within us, a talent, a gift, or even just us being us, that has the power to really shift people, has the power to affect people, has the power to make people who are numb feel. And that's what poetry did for me. That's what writing did for me for so long. I was somebody who was very numb. I would numb out anything, any sort of feeling, any sort of emotion, any sort of pain, any sort of good feeling. I would numb it out because I didn't feel worthy of it. Or I just numbed it out because it hurt too much. And the only time I would really allow myself to feel was when I was writing. And there was a period where I literally numbed myself out so much that I couldn't even write. And in my book, there's like a hiatus of, I think it was like 2 years, where there's nothing in here because I didn't write for like 2 years at all because I literally numbed myself to feeling anything. And but when I came back, as you can see in the book, I know God finally. I finally awakened to God. I finally had my first spiritual awakening of recognizing that I'm a part of this. I'm a part of God, and that He loves me no matter what mistakes I've made or what I have been told about myself that are not godly, or what I've just, I just always thought I was scum. I thought I was unworthy. I thought how could God love me with all of the negative things I participate in and how I treat myself, how I talk to myself, the things I'm interested in, all the, partying I do, or just the vile things I would be a part of. And the amazing thing that I've come to realize now is that God loves us even through those times because He understands. And the God I know is understanding. The God I know is compassionate. The God I know unconditionally loves us. If your child is going through a tough time and is struggling, yeah, you may not know how to deal with it. Yeah, you may not know. You may have to let them figure it out on their own while just being supportive and just letting them know that you're there. You can't save them. And that's how God looks at us. We think, oh, well, God should be able to do anything. The point of being here is to learn about ourselves, is to learn who we really are, and is to heal. Just lives and lives of trauma, lives of pain, of things that are stored within us, and also to heal our ancestors' pain, people in our bloodline, traumatic experiences and emotional trauma, physical trauma even, disease. All of these things are passed down generationally because they are things that were not confronted. They're a byproduct of trauma. Everything comes back to trauma. And these things are stored in our DNA from people that came before us. And so me being a healer now and me having this knowledge, this wisdom now, and healing my own line is just so representative of the healer's journey, which is what my book represents. It represents the darkness and the darkness that was necessary for me to go through in order to be where I'm at now, to understand people coming to me that are in the darkness. And this is also a testament of salvation, of you're never too far gone, ever. And my purpose in this journey is to help bring people back to source, to bring people back to the greatest love of all, and bring people back to their own, worthiness, and letting them know that they're loved, and helping people along their journeys to know this, and to know that their life is worth living. And that there's a huge entity of God, or whatever you call it, or him or her, or God, goddess, whatever. This huge entity that we are within, that is within us, that we are a part of, that created us, that just loves us so much. And these angels and these spirit guides and these just all these beings that walk with us that we don't even see physically. Some of us do, but we're not alone ever. And I'm not somebody who puts myself out there like this, especially my darkness, especially that part of myself that I was so ashamed of. And to put this out there, I really wanted to show people you can be saved. You can, it's a part of all of our destinies to come out of that darkness. You are never meant to stay there. And that darkness serves a purpose. And if you can just keep going and just keep following your path, you will eventually be free of it. If you also do what you know you need to do that. And that'll be different for everybody. But this shows a progression, my progression of being so angry at God that I would say I didn't believe. And that I would do anything I could to hurt myself. I didn't give a crap about my life. I didn't give a crap about anything. I didn't think I was going to make it to 25, and I'm 26. To coming to a place of knowing God personally, and not through a religion, not through what people have told me, but through my own, just going through the motions, just traveling my path and being open. I have a personal relationship with God. I can ask him anything, anytime I want, and feel his warmth, feel his calmness, feel his peace, feel his love. Anytime I want to tap into that. And that's possible for all of us. All of us. No, don't let anybody tell you otherwise, no matter what you've done in your life, no matter what sins you've committed, no matter how you feel right now. You are loved, and you are worthy, and you have a purpose here, even if it's so bleak, even if you really can't see ahead. Then be present, be where you are. Don't think ahead. Don't think you need to be something that people are telling you need to be. Do what you can right now. Maybe that's all you're supposed to do. So that's what this book is about. It's a poetry testimonial of my journey as a healer, as a child of God. And I am not perfect to this day. I am still healing, but from where I've come from, it's literally night and day. And I just want to let all of you know that no matter where you are in your journey, that you have that same testament to your destiny, that is absolutely possible for you. So even if this just makes you ask yourself questions, even if this just, makes you feel, that's all it was meant to do. Like, if this just knocks at your walls that you've put up, and this opens your heart, and helps you to feel your own pain, helps you to feel your own growth and be grateful for where you've come from. Like whatever this book is meant to serve for you, that's why I'm putting this out there. So I hope that anybody who does purchase this book, that you allow it to serve you how it's meant to. And even if it triggers you, that you sit with that, you examine that, and you then give it to God, the universe, source, to take it from there. And just know that this is, I just hope that this heals you. I hope that this assists you along your spiritual journey, or just your whatever journey, your mental health journey, whatever you're using it for. But I wanted to make a video to really speak about the depth and the what went into this. And it's 8 years. No, it's about 11 years now. 11 years of growth and of pain and of sorrow, of loss, of darkness, and then of light, of love, of hope, of getting up and choosing to do better for myself, choosing to try. And now I'm where I'm at. And my life is unfolding even more so than I could have imagined back then when I started writing these poems that are in this book. I mentioned I didn't think I would make it to 26. I thought I didn't see past 25. And I'm 26, and this has been the best year of my life. I have found true love. Somebody who made all of the unrequited love situations I had worth losing. That at the time I was so heartbroken over. I have somebody that I'm really invested in, that's invested in me. It's reciprocal, and it's from God. God is the center of my relationship. Truly, like people can say that, but like it truly is. Our whole relationship has been set up so divinely. I'm finally finding confidence in myself to be who I am, to put my gifts out there, and not fearing the consequences of that, not fearing the backlash. So I pray that whoever comes across this book and feels called to purchase it, please email me or leave a review. I would love to know how it affected you, and I'm so grateful for you guys listening to me, and I hope that this really helps you along your journey, and to know that you're loved, and to know that there's purpose in everything, in every season of your life. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day or night, and I will see you guys in my next video.